Alright, excuse the poor quality of this video. I don't have a bunch of time. I've got almost no sleep and it's Christmas morning. Unfortunately, I saw this stupid video and now I have to respond to it or I'm not going to be able to get any work done. So I'm just going to rapid fire this crap.
I mean, I'm sure you already know December 25th has nothing to do with Jesus' birthday. According to the Bible, he was born sometime between spring and early October, but it was absolutely not December 25th. So then what is the reason for the season? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's most likely because in the year 336, the Roman Emperor Constantine was trying to do away with paganism and really make Christianity a thing.
That didn't have anything to do with Constantine. It was the Catholic Church, which Constantine was not the head of. He was a Christian, but you would think if he was trying to spread Christianity all over the place, he would have at least made it the state religion of Rome, which he didn't.
Well, at that time, the biggest ancient festival was something called Saturnalia. This was a festival celebrating the god Saturn that lasted a little over a week starting on December 17th. The ancient Romans chose this time to celebrate Saturn because it was during winter solstice, which is when the sun is in a very specific position in the sky. Now, we won't get too far into that, but listen, once you learn why Saturday is named after Saturn and why Sunday is named after the sun, and notice how most religious activities take place on one of those 2 days, a lot of things will start making sense to you.
Well, not really, especially since the Sabbath for Jews actually starts on Friday and Christians worship on Sunday because that was the day Jesus rose. So as far as the sun and Saturn go, nothing to do with those.
Anyway, so Constantine thought, since everybody's already celebrating at this time, I can just make this the day that we celebrate Jesus and the whole world can make a much easier transition to Christianity. You gotta realize that at this time, most people worshiped multiple deities and were so-called pagans. Well, since Constantine and the Council of Nicaea were hell-bent on making Christianity the most powerful religion on earth, they just slapped their holidays on top of pagan holidays so the people could convert easier.
While I do agree with the holiday thing, it was the church, it was not Constantine, and the Council of Nicaea had absolutely nothing to do with holidays or spreading Christianity. It was about Arianism. It was a dispute within the church, nothing else.
Side note, the reason why Easter is always celebrated on a different day every year is because it's always the Sunday after the first full moon of the vernal equinox. Super pagan, nothing to do with Jesus' resurrection, nothing.
That's incorrect. Easter was actually based on a holiday called Pascha that the Christians came up with to coincide with Passover. That had everything to do with Jesus' resurrection. The date for Easter wasn't decided until a long time after they were already celebrated, and ironically, that actually was done at Nicaea.
Anywho, Christmas trees were used to decorate Saturnian temples.
Christmas trees as we know them didn't become a thing until the 16th century, so the fact that they were used to decorate those temples means nothing.
Mistletoe was used by ancient Druids because they believe it had mystical powers.
Yeah, mistletoe isn't a Christian thing, and when Christians first came to Europe, they actually banned it for that reason. Why people use it nowadays, who knows?
And presents were given during winter solstice to celebrate the spring to come.
Yeah, because nobody ever gives presents on any other day for any other reason.
So pagan, in fact, that Christmas was outlawed in the New World when the Puritans first got here because they knew how pagan it was.
It was outlawed only in Boston and only for about 20 years, so let's not stretch that out.
Speaking of pagan, what does that word even mean? Like, why do we act like pagan means devil worshiper? The actual definition of pagan is any person holding religious beliefs other than the main world religions. So in other words, anybody who is not Christian or Muslim.
Or Jewish, don't forget Jewish.
Words like that is how Christianity was able to take over the entire planet by creating a bad word for people who didn't convert.
You just said yourself that it wasn't a bad word. The rest of it just goes into some bullcrap about commercialism and money and feeding the poor and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all important, but I'm done with this. Just had to make some corrections. This is annoying.